What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're going to talk about the 1955 Chevy Belair. And I got a lot of people asking questions. Apparently you guys are really interested in the story behind the car, and let me tell you, it's got a story. The short version is both of the owners that had it before me are deceased. And the next part of the story, of course, is that it burnt down. So it almost is like kind of like a Christine type story, except this one is in real life. Let's feed the fish real quick. They seem happy. Go check on the pool, and then we can sit down, talk about this car. Oh, that water is beautiful. Beautiful. It's about time to throw the robot in there and let him do some sweeping. A little bit of dirt on the bottom. We had a lot of rain lately. Come over here to the pump real quick and turn it on high so it can get circulating those chlorine tablets. This is the new pump we got. It's been doing awesome, and it has definitely reduced the electric bill as well. Pump is good. There we go. The pool's firing up now. The water is super, super warm. It's about time to start swimming in this thing regularly. Oh boy. She's losing some water though. It may just be all this sun we've got. It's just evaporating. But we'll have to fill it up with a little bit more water later. Look at that beautiful water, man. I'm actually ready to jump in that thing right now. All right, so let's jump into what happened with the 1955 Chevy Belair. That car has got a very shady past. Let's start with, I purchased it from auction. It ended up at auction because it obviously burnt down in a garage fire, okay? So there's a little bit of bad luck there, but it happens, right? I mean, cars do catch on fire. Barns, shops, houses catch on fire. It happens. It doesn't look like the car itself caught on fire. It just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and got burnt down with the garage. Now, the owner of that car at that time had recently passed away, is the story I was told. And the wife was left with the car. Now, the owner actually passed away just before the car was finished being built in the shop. Now, the gentleman that's now deceased who built this car, he got it from a widow. Obviously, her husband, who had owned the car, had passed away also. So the gentleman bought it, started fixing it up. At some point, he passed away. Now, the car has two deceased owners, and it's been burnt down. You think that's all bad luck, right? Well, let's go a little bit further with it. The shop that built the 55 got a hold of me and said, hey, you know, we're the guys that built it over here. And they told me that that car was the worst build they have ever done. It was so bad that they said they decided from that car forward they would never do carbureted vehicles again. Fuel injection only after that. The shop that itself said they lost thousands of dollars building that car. And it was one problem after another. The engine, which came from Texas, okay? No, it's not. I was not told that it's a Texas speed motor. All I was told is that the motor was built in Texas and shipped to the shop here in Oklahoma City. Okay, it's, as far as I know, it is not a Texas speed motor. I have no idea the specifics of the engine. I asked the gentleman, and he said he'd do some digging and he'd get back to me. I have not heard back from him since. I have sent him a few messages on Facebook Messenger after, and I just haven't heard anything else from him. So unfortunately, it looks like we don't really know. He said that when they got the car, it did have the Ford 9-inch rear end with disc brakes, obviously, in the back, but it still had drum brakes in the front, so they did the disc brake conversion on the front as well. I've got some pictures of the car, which I'll show you right now. As you can see, it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. And I know too many doors, that's fine. For those of you that can't stand a car with 4 doors, you know, that's your business, and you're obviously entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. Do I prefer 2-door cars? Sure I do. But I've got no issue with a 4-door at all. I'm just happy to actually own a car this old. I don't care if it's 2 doors, 4 doors, burnt to the ground, or no doors. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just happy to own it. It was a gorgeous car, man. Absolutely gorgeous car. And, well, the owner passed away. And the car was to be completed so that it could be used in his funeral procession. And this is where the story gets a little bit stranger. The deceased individual who was in the back of a hearse, the hearse he was in broke down while he got passed by his 1955 Chevy Belair. What a story. The gentleman that built the car, the shop that built the car, told me that if it was him, he would ditch that car in a heartbeat. He said that car is awful, it's horrible, they couldn't keep it running for anything. They said that car has been a nightmare, not just for the shop, but obviously for the other 2 individuals that owned it that were also now deceased. Now, of course, I don't have to tell you guys, just because the previous individuals passed away doesn't mean it had anything to do with the car. That's pure speculation. It could have been, you know, the last 2 gentlemen may have been elderly and, you know, they just passed away. I don't know. I don't know the age of the last 2 people. So a lot of you have asked me to get a hold of the previous owner so that he could see the car and we could get him on video. And unfortunately, hopefully now you understand that's not possible. The last 2 owners of the car, have passed away. And I'm sure a lot of people are wondering if I have experienced anything crazy with the car, and the answer is no. And you would think parking the Belair right next to the demon house, as I like to call it, you would think maybe those 2 might have an altercation, or hell, maybe they'll become best friends and everything will settle down. I've experienced nothing weird, strange, or crazy with the car at all to date. But let's be real, I haven't spent a whole lot of time with that car, so we'll see what happens in the future. Now, a lot of people have been wondering what the plans are with the car, and I think I've explained that in a previous video. I am trying really hard to work with a very big company that I already do some work with. I can't disclose who they are yet because we don't have the sponsorship nailed down yet. We've agreed to price, we've agreed to pretty much everything. The one issue we're having is I can't find another Belair or 110 or 210 Classic that's within that budget. It's just not possible. Even smashed, even totaled out, I mean completely crushed, I cannot find. These cars are expensive. And another thing, a lot of people said that the a lot of people said that the 4 doors aren't worth the investment. 4 doors aren't worth the money. You might want to take a look on places like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Look at your classic car dealers. While the 4 doors are not nearly as desirable as the 2-door versions, they're still worth plenty of money. Remember, guys, I've got $1,000 into this car, or $1,300, whatever. Whoa, what the hell was that? $1,300, I think, out the door into this car. I have nothing invested in it, okay? Now, I do have a line on a couple of other cars. Unfortunately, if I do not buy the car from this specific company, they are not going to sponsor the deal. So it leaves me rather stuck because the company that wants me to do this, and I love the idea of working with them, limiting me to their specific website to find the car is very difficult because it's a very big site and a lot of people see these cars. And I have been bidding, and let me tell you something, when I say I've been bidding more than I've ever bid before, I have bid $11,500 just yesterday on another completely smashed Belair that was out in California, which means I have to go pick it up and bring it back, which adds to the expense. I have done everything I could. That car sold for $17,000. I bid it up to $11,500. It was a non-runner. It was crushed pretty badly, and I just can't get my hands on one for a reasonable amount of money, including what they're willing to provide for the sponsorship. It's just unreasonable. So I do want to assure you, I have found a couple other Belairs. Unfortunately, they're both 4 doors. And neither one of them are anywhere near here, which means I do have to travel to go get either one of them if I can work the deal out. I have a line on one that they may be willing to sell it to me for $3,000, and that is a steal because it has the VIN plate That's important. It has a clean title. That's super important that it has a good title. It hasn't run since 2005. It is a 4-door. It is a 3 on the tree, and it's very original. It's in very, very good original condition. For $3,000, you know, you get what you pay for. It is a little rough on the interior, and the paint and everything's rough as well. It's a 6-cylinder, which I think could be fun, because since it's been parked since 2005, we can do a will it run video. We can see if we can get it running, and hell, we can see if we can even get it driving after sitting since 2005. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then as far as the body swap, that's pretty simple, I think. Just straightforward, swap the bodies over, the rusted car goes onto the 6-cylinder frame, and, you know, there we go. We've got 2 cars out of the deal, at which point we can then send the body swapped car that has all of our Hell Air powertrain and brakes and everything. We can send that to paint and get it all painted up and looking good. So don't think for a minute that I have forgotten about the 55 or that we're not continuing on it. We are absolutely continuing on it. It is just taking an exceptional amount of time to find the right car for the right price to make all of this happen. But I want you to know, I think we're about this close to having something sealed so that we can actually go pick it up and start this process. In future videos, we are going to, in the very near future, I'm going to be pulling the motor and transmission out of the El Camino. That's going to get done for sure. Santa's Workshop just finished welding up the roof on the El Caballero, or Caballero, whatever you want to call it, the GMC. The roof is done on that now, so that car probably next week will be heading to paint as well. Stay tuned for that. I think you guys are going to really like the color I've got picked out for it. There's a lot going on. We've also got the 1955 GMC 350 Hydromatic. I was going to send that off to auction because I really didn't think you guys would be interested in it. And I learned the hard way that parts for that are next to impossible to find unless you want to spend unreasonable amounts of money on those parts. For example, the water pump. It's missing the water pump. You think no big deal, it's just a water pump. It's a big deal. I've only been able to find a water pump for it on eBay, and on eBay that water pump is $450 because I don't have a core to return. It comes out to $450 for a water pump. I'm also missing the thermostat housing. That's another $150. The master cylinder is bad. That's another $150 for a master cylinder. For just a master cylinder is $150. The tires, if I need to replace tires, which obviously I do, those are $300 a piece, and there are 6 of them. Okay, so $1,800 for tires, and we haven't even started yet. It needs a gas tank, a sending unit, probably a fuel pump. This truck, I should say, it's a pretty expensive project. So I figured I would just dump it off at the auction. It runs great. Here we go. Let somebody else deal with it. But you guys seem to be interested in keeping it. So what I need you to do is, if you want us to continue on with the 55 GMC truck, the grain truck, hit the thumbs up button. That's the only way I'm going to know that you want me to keep it. Hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment below. Say yes or no. Yes, we keep it. No, we send it off to auction and ditch it. Now, also, I have reached out to another YouTuber. I just subscribed to him. I didn't know about him. A couple of you guys recommended him to me for parts for this 55 GMC, and his name is Classic Truck Rescue. I believe that's the name, Classic Truck Rescue, and he specializes in, like, I think 55 to 59 GMC and Chevrolet trucks. Big trucks, small trucks, 3100s, all the way up to these big 1 and 2 ton trucks that we're working on right now. I did reach out to him, and he did respond back to me. He said that he's got like 40 trucks, and he's got bins upon bins of parts. He said it's going to take him a while to go through those, but he's going to look and see if he's got any parts that he could help us out with to get this project going at a reduced price. I'm not going to take anything from him for free. I'm more than happy to pay for the parts. The issue is I'm not willing to pay $450 for a water pump. That's unreasonable to me, you know what I mean? So we'll see if he's got some parts and we can work something out. I think that would be really, really awesome. Also, DD's Speed Shop. I just started watching him because he deals in these Tri-5 Chevrolets, and man, I know he's in Canada. I would die to get dude down here to help me work on this 55 Belair project and get, you know, basically take 2 cars, swap them, and make both of them run. But you'll understand later on why I'm doing this. A lot of people are probably wondering why I would want to swap bodies when, just trust me, I've got a plan for this. I think it's going to be really, really cool if we can get the 55 GMC the way I would like it, if we can get the 55 Belair swapped, and we can get another Belair, preferably a 55. If we can get all of this done, I think it would make for a really cool story, really awesome cars and coffee and car show type thing. I would love to bring all three of these to events like that. Or who knows, you know, we might get done with them all, and I may just send them all down the road. I still have a few people asking about the Coronet. Everybody's wanting to know, what's going on with the Coronet? The last video on that car was 2 months ago. I've said it in previous videos, and I'm going to say it again in this one before I get out of here. I don't have any updates on the 59 Dodge Coronet, all right? I did send him a message, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, and he told me he was having some power problems in his shop, and once he got the power issues resolved, he'd be right back on it. That's the last update I got. I don't know anything else. I don't know when, how, why. I don't know anything. So if you need to know something about the Coronet, I highly recommend you jump on over to his channel and go watch his videos on the progress of the Coronet. And, you know, if you got any questions, feel free to just leave him a comment and ask him a question. As far as me, I have no information for you guys. I know just as much as you. I don't know when it's going to be done. I'm sitting here waiting on the finished product just like the rest of you guys are. So hopefully that answers all of your questions. We got a lot coming up, and I'm thinking about buying something else because I'm an idiot, but it's something I've never had on the channel before, and it's relatively cheap, and I thought, well, this could be fun. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to tell you to hit the thumbs up or thumbs down buttons on this one, because if you hit the thumbs up, it means you want to see the GMC truck saved on the channel. If you hit the thumbs down, it means you don't want to see it on the channel. Drop those comments below, yes or no. That's all you got to do, just yes or no. Yes, we keep the 55 GMC and try to get it running and driving. That means try and get brakes. That could be fun. Oh yeah, I also forgot there's a thing called a hydro vac brake booster system on that, and if that's damaged, which it probably is, it's $550 for the hydrovac, and we haven't even gotten to the drum brakes yet, the wheel cylinders, none of that. So what I'm trying to say is the truck is very, very expensive to find parts for, but if you want to see it, we'll continue on, but you got to tell me right now, yes or no. Drop those comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Auto Auction Rebuilds. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. We're about to get back to it real soon in the next one.